Guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to look at how you can design or develop a questionnaire in Kobo Collect. So the first step is to have account with Kobo Collect, and maybe because mine is already open and I have account with Kobo Collect, maybe we can look at the features first before we proceed to developing a questionnaire in Kobo Collect. So when you open the Kobo Collect, this is the place that you're going to get, and then you have projects. If you have been using it, you have the projects there, and then the library, and then you have the new where you're going to generate the new questionnaire that you want to develop. And then you have this area which contains the information about your account. So you have the language, and then you can click here and change the account settings. So we can begin by clicking new, and then this output window comes in where you're told build from scratch, use a template, upload an XLS form, and then you can also import it, but we are going to build from scratch. So you are told to give the name. So project name, we are going to call it households surveys. And then the description, this survey is for collecting information from the farmers, from the households who were supported by the project in maize value chain. And then you select the sector. So because we don't think if we have agriculture, we're going to select others. And then the country, we're going to have Kenya. So you put the country where you come from, and then you create. So your form has been generated. So now you need to start working in it. So I have already my questions that I want the enumerators to be asking the households, and I have it in Excel. So we have this questionnaire. So I'm going to we're going to start, and for you to start, you need to click here to add the question. So we need to click here. So because already the question are there, I'm going to just copy and paste it here. And for this question to be added in the form, you need to click add question. And then this part comes in. So what is the farmer's full name? So this will be in a text because they're going to type their name. And for this to be saved, you need to click here. So you see the asterisk, you're told it's not saved. Before we click there, we need to go back to the setting, and then we set this question as mandatory so that people don't skip. And then you click OK. We go to the second question, which is phone number. What's the phone number of the farmer of that household? So you add the question. This one will be in terms of number. Before we proceed to saving, let's put this mandatory again, because the contacts are very important when it comes to reaching out this farmer. And then we add the third question. What's your gender? So we add what's your gender, then the question. So because we are going to have two areas, before even we add that, we are going to have two areas. So we are going back to this question. I wanted to delete because we need to. So what's your gender? Oh, we have deleted everything. Okay, we can. So this phone number has been deleted. Sorry. So we add it. We say the phone number is, and then we make sure that we put it as mandatory so that someone doesn't skip it. And then we put the third question. So we want to know their gender. So for what's the gender, we want to select one, and we have female. and male. So before we save the changes, we need to put it at mandatory so that people don't skip this question. And then we move to the fourth question. What's your age? So we need them to fill in. So what's your age? So the age will be number. And before we move on, we also want this question to be mandatory. And then we save the changes. Then we move to the this. What's the farmer county? So we also have to add this question. So the county will be a text. Um, sorry. So it will be a text. So they are going to type their their county, and let this be mandatory also. So you can leave this question to be open where they're going to fill the name of their county, or you can have a selection of the counties where you think your farmers were, and then they are going to select one like the way we did the farmer gender. We move on to question 6. Question 6, what's the farmer sub-county? So we are going to add a text. It will be in a text, and then let's make this mandatory also so that people don't skip these questions. And then we click OK. And then we have also what's the name of your group, which is going to be a text. So it's a text. Let's make it mandatory also. So it will be mandatory. This question is mandatory so that people don't skip. We're also going to look at how many acres of land does the farmer own. So this one, they're going to put it as number, and this question is also mandatory, so we will not leave it as a choice, but a mandatory so that everyone fill it. And then we have also how many. So we have how many land that does the farmer has, and then we want to see, because we were promoting the value chain of maize, so we want to look at how many acres are belonging to them or set aside for the maize. And then we move on. We go to how long as have you been doing the maize. So for this one, we are going to give them the options. So we are going to have select one. So the first one is less than 1 year. So I'm going to just post. We have the two, and then we have this other one. So for me to add other option, I'm going to click that plus. Then we have this last one. So they are going to select one of these. So someone is going to say and then let's make this to be also mandatory so that people don't skip, and then we do save. We come also to add which other question? What maize variety do you grow? So also we want the people we want to have selection so that people don't write uh, things. So let's make this question also mandatory. We're going to make all the question mandatory, but you have an option also not to make them mandatory. But if you know that you want all the information from this, you need to make mandatory. So also we need to have this question: how many plots does the farmer have? So we are going to count it as a number, and it is going to be a math question also. So don't forget to put it mandatory. If you don't, you might find that you lack or you miss some information, and it's not because of the enumerator but because of the mistake that you made as the person. So want to look also at the question: when did you last plant the maize? So this one will be an open question, which will be a text. They're going to write for us maybe last month, the other month, maybe, yeah. So they are going to state. Also, you have an option of having this as a date. So let's look at how you can have it as a date where people are going to have it as a. Let's look at how to add. So you're going to add date, and then and then this question is also mandatory. So these two questions are the same. Don't worry. I just wanted to show you how to add. If it is you want people to put when was their last time they planted maize in terms of the date. So we move on to question 14. How many how many bags did you how many bags of maize did you plant? So this one is going to be a number. And the question also should be mandatory. We move on. We add approximately how many tons of maize did you harvest? So they are going to put it in terms of number, and it should be mandatory also. Then you save the changes. We also want to look at what the main source of your maize material. So this one we are going to have them to select option, and then we have this option as maybe they do they produce seeds in their farm. Maybe they take them from the seed entrepreneur, someone who breed maize. We add more options. We can also have maybe they are getting from their group. Remember that we were asking a question in terms of what is the name of your group. So maybe they are getting these seeds from them. And then also they are going to mention, because remember that we say that these are the farmers who are supported by a program in terms of value chain of maize. So maybe also they get their seeds from the project. And then also we're going to have also an option of other. Maybe they are from the listed, they are not getting from on farm, seed entrepreneur, farmer group, project market. So maybe they are getting from other. Then before we save the changes, let's make this mandatory, and then we do the saving. We move on to the next question. Where did you receive maize from the project? So we are going to have that question in terms of selection also. They're going to select one where we have yes and no. And the question should be mandatory. Then we save. We move to the next question. How many kgs did you receive? So they're going to state how many kgs they receive. That one will be in terms of number, and this one should be mandatory. Do you use maize stems? So these are utilization of maize. And then we have option of yes or no. And this question should be mandatory. Also, we can have what do you use? If they say yes, what do you use for? So you are going to have the options also. And then, so this one, before we can tell them 23, check the GPS of the farm. So for the question, we want to add the GPS of the farm. So we are going to have this. And then this one also is going to be mandatory. This one also mandatory. Yeah, so that's how you can simply add a question in Kobo. So let's see the appearance of this question. So we can preview from here. So this is how the form is going to look like. So household survey. So the name will be household survey. And then what is the farmer's full name? What is the farmer phone number? What is the farmer gender? What is the farmer age? What is the farmer county? What is the farmer sub county? Like that, like that, like that. And then we are also going to have they're going to put a calendar. They're also going to select the main force of their seats. And then the last question we want them to take the GPS. So thank you so much for watching this video.